And they just in that, like, is that almost the level of responsibility or connection that you're feeling, like that you truly feel like a father for a number
Yeah,
of other. Wow.
yeah. I mean, it's not, that's not in the job description.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
not by any shadow. Means, but there were things that just for me, just that that amazement at humanity. I mean, one of the families, one of the ladies, we couldn't actually get inside Kabul Airport. We couldn't get her in because she was about to give birth, and she gave birth to her little girl. And at that time of absolute chaos, her little baby girl, who was born at the roadside, was just like a beacon of hope. You're thinking, oh, here's all this death and chaos and everything, but life goes on. Now that little girl, and her mum and dad are now in Canada. I keep in touch with them. She's To see pictures of her is just, it makes my heart swell. I've
Wow.
got Afghan children that are named after me, and Andrew's not an Afghan name, and I keep in touch with them, and they come out, say, "Mom, Mr. Brown, you did this for us as well." I was part of a bigger team that was helping to do this. But it's, I felt a huge sense of responsibility because I had the skills and ability to help. And for me, it would have just morally felt wrong just to sit back and do nothing. And being able to give of myself to help guide these others to a better life, for me, is priceless. Is absolutely priceless.
Well, I'm continuously stunned at just the range of this existence. You mentioned even just the undulations in our lives, like,
Yeah,
like this lawyer mentioning you have good chapters, you have bad chapters. You can look at the world and you can go, Jesus, what sort of state is it in?
yeah,
And you could get lost in that.
yeah,
And I think if we pay close enough attention, though, as well, there's just a stunning amount of humanity that exists
yeah,
still. That story, though, of a lady giving birth by a roadside and that they're living in Canada now, like that's just staggering, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
when you talk about
yeah,
the chaos that would have been occurring, and for a life
yeah,
to come in that moment and to still be living and its heart beating and thriving in somewhere in another part of the world is just, it's just
yeah.
utterly remarkable.